The other day on my social media platforms, I put out a video talking about how I helped a family with a custom-made YouTube video on how to lay out the drain lines for a bathroom remodel they're doing. And so I got a lot of comments on it asking me like, well, where's all the vents and how is this working where you're at as far as the code goes? So here where I am, this is how I did it and this is how I can do it all day long. The 3-inch coming out this way is going to tie into their current sanitary sewer. Comes into a 3-inch Y, and out of the top of that goes into a 3-inch sweep to the toilet flange. Now out of that 3-inch Y, we go into a 3-inch street 45, and then into a 3x2 combination that goes over and gets the freestanding tub. That's going to be 2 drainage fixture units there. Out of the top of that, we did a 3-inch 45-degree offset to get it back into the ditch. They already had their concrete cut, so I wanted to keep it nice and tight in there for them. And then out of that, we go into a 3x2Y with a street 45 that goes over into the master shower. And then out of that, 45's over, and the 3-inch sweep comes up into a 3-inch cleanout tee, and there's where the lavatory is going to be. As far as the venting goes, this is a 3-inch wet vent situation. Now the wet vent starts right here at this connection on the 3-inch Y right here. And it goes all the way over to where the water comes in from the trap underneath the vanity to right here. And then the dry vent will come off of that. We got a 3x2 bushing in there that'll go up and connect to the pipes going through the roof. But the wet vent starts right there at the T, and it comes all the way back at this junction right here. And that's where it's actually letting air come in for the toilet. So this 3-inch wet vent is where the water and air are sharing space in the pipe, and it's big enough to allow for venting for all of these fixtures. So on a 2-inch wet vent, you can have up to 4 fixture units. Well, in this case, I have 5 fixture units. We have the 2 from the freestanding tub, the 2 from the shower, and then the 1 from the lavatory. So I can only have 4 fixture units on a 2-inch wet vent, so I had to upsize this one to 3-inch where I can have 12 fixture units on it. So that's how the wet venting is done, and that's where all the vents are. As far as the toilet, this toilet has 3 fixture units, but that doesn't count against the wet vent count, fixture unit count, because it is actually not on the wet vented line, it's just on the drain line. So this is 5 fixture units on a 3-inch wet vent. So I get a lot of people saying, hey, you can't do it like that. I promise you, I can do it like this. And it's unfortunate that you can't if you're in a place where you can't wet vent. I really wonder sometimes why it's not like that all over the place. But anyway, that's how this one shook out.